Welcome, everybody. This is Iconic TV Live. I'm Dr. Connie Scavella. I am your host today. And today we're talking about one of the most important things in growing your business. And what is that? That is hiring the right team. You see, if you're trying to grow a big business, if you would love to take your business from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less, like we teach, you are in the right place. Now, what we have to do is we have to show you how to hire the right team. And that's what we're talking about today. Again, if you are here for the very first time, please let me know. Type a number 1 in the comments below. All right, type number 1 if it's your first time, because I have some welcome gifts for you. If you've been here before, I want to know who you are, and give me a thumbs up if you've been here before. Give me a thumbs up. Say, yes, I'm here. I'm a regular, and type the word pro down below. All right, because we're going to get started on something very, very important to what is coming up for the next 6 months. The world is completely going to go through a big pivot. Now, we've done this before. This happened back in 2019. We were always talking about pivot. Right? How do you pivot? When do you pivot? Well, one of the biggest pivots you have to do is take advantage of the great resignation that's happening in the world. People have decided what used to be okay, what was status quo, working in a job, doing not so much stuff that they love, doing something that was mediocre for them. They decided, hey, I want to do something different. I want to do my own thing. And if that's you, if you want to start your business or you have a business, give me a thumbs up. Let me know what's the type of business that you have. Put it in the comments. And I want to make sure that you guys can hear me. Let me hear you. Let's see. Okay, can you hear me? Say yes. Let me know. Can you hear me, or can you only read my lips? Let me know that we are live. All right. I'm hearing some positive feedback here. I can keep going, and we can go ahead and continue on with this topic: how to hire the right team every single time. You see, you're not made as a CEO to do all the work yourself. You have one amazing gift, not 25. It's not content creation. It's not emails, maybe. It's not design. Okay. You have one great gift, and you have an incredible talent, incredible knowledge, and that's what you're here to put out in the world. But the problem is, people are doing everything in their business. You're the chief cook and bottle washer, and that has got to end. So if you're ready to find out how to hire the right team, stay tuned. All right. Let's get going. This is a super fun topic. Why? Because people aren't talking about it a lot, and there's a reason. Most people don't know how to hire right. Most people are still solo entrepreneurs, and they are overworked, overwhelmed, they're stressed, they're struggling, they're sacrificing their family time, they're sacrificing their freedom, and they are not even getting to 6 figures. So if you want to take your business from 6 figures to 7 figures, from starting off to 6 figures, you can still do it. Our whole mission for the next half of this year is to add another 6 figures to your income. So if you're ready for 6 and 6 figures in 6 months, just type in 6 and 6 below. I want to see who is serious about doing this. If you have a hobby business, great, you're going to learn some nice stuff. But if you're serious about having a real legitimate business that you never, ever have to create another resume or think about taking on another job again as long as you live, this is what you need to be here for, okay? So this is what we're talking about, is how do you hire the right team? And if you are new here, we come here every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific time, and deliver new strategies that are 7-figure topics, okay? So I want to let you know before we even get started that this is a gift for you guys for being here live. And some of you might have to leave a little bit early, but I want you to know that I have a checklist. It's a Hire Right checklist, and it's going to cover in detail all of these topics that I'm going to talk about today. Some of them I don't have enough time to get to, so I put it all in the checklist. And if you want this checklist, just type #hire below, and my amazing team, I have a duo here, Angie and Angie, are here to help you in the background get everything that you need, okay? So are you guys ready? let's take a look at what we're talking about today. There's 4 things that we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the 5 biggest mistakes that people make when it comes to hiring and how you cannot do those. The 3 critical factors that are absolutely essential for you to look at if you want to hire the right team only once, right? Not keep hiring and hiring and hiring. And what are the 6 vital questions you need to know? And then there's 1 urgent step. If you want to hire the right team, you have to take this urgent step at the end. Okay. So we're going to go really quick. This is a really fast presentation that I have. It's going to be less than 30 minutes. And I want you guys to get your pens and papers out, because I guarantee you're probably doing one of these 5 big blunders and it's going to cost you. Okay. Are you doing one of these 5 stupid hiring mistakes that most CEOs make? And would you like to know, how do you fix it? Right? How do you fix it if you're doing one of these things? So let's take a look at what are these 5 things. I want to know, first of all, before we get going, put in the comments for me, how many people are on your team? In your company, how many people are there that work there? And if it's you, yourself, and I, okay, that's just 1. If you have a pet, that doesn't count. But I'm talking real humans, 2-legged, 2-armed humans that are working in your company. How many people are there? Okay. And how many people, now I want you to put a second thing, how many people do you want to hire within the next 6 months? What would it take for you if you could add another 6 or 7 figures to your business? How many more people do you need? Because I know you're overworked. I know you're overwhelmed. And I know you are probably underpaid if you don't have a big staff doing everything for you. Okay. And I would love to know some of the reasons why you don't have people, right? Are you afraid that maybe it costs too much, or, you've tried it before and it didn't work out? That's one of the number 1 things that people say why they don't want to hire anymore. Sometimes there's just no good people, right? A lot of people experience that, where people were getting more checks in the mail from the government to stay home and do nothing than to actually work. So sometimes it feels like there's not enough good people. But let's take a look at the blunders. All right. There's 5 big hiring blunders that people are doing. Okay. Number 1 is the Lone Ranger mentality, where I can do it all by myself and I can do it better and faster. Okay. Now I want you to put down which number have you done. Okay. Are you one of those? I just do it myself. Forget it. I'm not going to hire people. They're such a pain. I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to hire it myself. Number 2, big hiring mistake is your bargain shopping. Have you guys ever done that, where you're just bargain shopping and you're just looking for who's the cheapest person I can get, and you pile everything on them, and you're just kind of Walmart shopping for your staff? Okay, that's going to be a big problem, because they're going to deliver equal to what you pay them, right? It's the same thing as what we talk about in business. Is you got to go high ticket. You also have to go kind of high ticket with your staff. You don't want to get the cheapest person you can find. It's going to do you a disservice. So the next one, this is a bad one. Friend zone. Okay. Nobody likes to be in the friend zone, but guess what? Hiring your best friend doesn't work. You think, well, my friend needs some help. They're out of a job. Their husband lost their job or something like that. They're not going to screw me. It's my best friend. It's my BFF. Anyone have that? Like, it's just a good friend. I can trust them. I can do this. It's not going to work. They're not going to respect you. They're not going to listen to you. They're going to feel entitled. It never works. Okay. Anyone have a BFF issue in their business where your BFF suddenly became not your friend, but your foe? I know there's people out there who've had that, right? So please just stop it from the beginning. Okay. If you have a friend that really, really, really wants to come into your business, then take them through all of the other procedures and hiring situations that you would put anybody else through, but don't hire a friend. All right. It is going to bite you in the behind. Number 4 of the 5 big hiring mistakes is delay and denial. I can wait. I don't need them yet. I can wait a little bit longer. We can get by through this season. You know what? It's not that bad. We can go a little bit longer. We're doing okay. And what happens then is you don't have enough staff and everybody gets overburdened and their performance drops. And then you're wondering why all of your revenue is dropping, because people aren't performing at the level that they need to. All right. So don't delay. I'm going to talk about this in a second. And what is the 5th biggest reason? Is I trust you. I trust you. We want to trust everybody, but This kind of goes on with number 4, where you delay and delay, and then you hire somebody real quickly, and then you think, I trust you, okay? I don't need to verify anything. I have a good gut feeling about that. Have you guys ever heard of the word narcissist or pathological liar? Yeah, because so many people can interview all the time, they are master interviewees. And no matter how skilled you are, just from that interview, you can easily fall into deception, all right? So don't trust, verify and verify and verify. And I'm going to show you the different ways that you have to do that. And it doesn't mean that any of this takes any longer, right? Here's the thing that you have to understand. If you don't hire right, and if you have people making over $50,000 a year, and you have to get rid of them, the cost of that and the impact on your business is going to actually cost you around $65,000 extra in a year because you had a bad hire. So it might take you a week or 2 longer to get a good hire, but if you do it and they stay, oh my gosh, it'll make millions for you in your business. All right. And it'll save you your hair, headaches, and a good night's sleep. Okay. So those are the 5 reasons why what you have to look out for. Those are the biggest blunders that people make. And so what we want to do is tell you something and keep this in mind. This is very, very, very important. Okay. And talent follows leaders. All right. Really talented people will follow great leaders. That's obvious, right? Think about it. Who do you follow as far as online? Who do you follow maybe on YouTube? You look for the great leaders. But let me tell you how this works in the hiring world. Leaders follow talent. All right. If you're a leader in your business, you have to start paying attention to who are the talented people. And guess where the talented people are? They're with somebody else. Okay. They are not home. They are not unemployed. They are taken. Okay. So you have to keep your eye out on who are the best people out there. You have to go being a corporate raider, if you will, and you got to figure out who's the best doing what I want. They might be the best in different aspect of business, but you can still bring them over. And so these are the 3 critical things that you need to look at. These are the critical factors for you. These are the hiring rules I want you to live by. Number 1 is ABCs. Always be connecting. Okay, this is what I'm talking about when I say leaders follow talent. You've got to always be connected and find out who are the best people, who's behind the scenes. You might know a great CEO and a profitable company, and the reason they're profitable is because they have good people behind them. Who are those people? Figure out who they are. Not only do you need to connect with them, but guess what? A players connect with other A players. Even if they don't come to your business, they will refer other people to you that are equally good, right? People tend to hang out in flocks of similar people. So that also means if you have an A player on your team, go ahead and ask them. Reward your team for bringing A players to you, all right? And we do the same thing in our company. We pay $1,000 for A players. So think about that. How can you employ that in your business? What is the second factor that's critical is you've got to systemize your onboarding. All right. You need a really healthy, systemized process to welcome and train the new people. Why? Because this is going to elevate their opportunities to rise up in the company, to be successful, and to stay and contribute. If you give them a really good sense of what it's like to work with you from the beginning, and they're like, wow, this is polished, this is organized, I know what I'm doing. One of the biggest reasons people fail and people leave is because they don't have clarity. They don't know what they're supposed to be doing. Or I thought this was my job role and my task and my positions, and I'm not getting rewarded, I'm not getting recognized. And it keeps changing. All right. I know if you're an entrepreneurial company, there's going to be some change, but you've got to give them a very clear outline in the beginning. And you really, 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 as a leader, have to follow up with them regularly. You have a full-time job as a trainer when you bring on new people for the first 6 months. Don't think you can just pass it off to somebody else. You, as the CEO, must train them. Okay. And so one of the things we talk about is the next thing is your culture. Okay. This is the third thing. You've got to immerse them in your culture. Okay, when they understand your way, then they get buy-in. They align with it, they defend it. And you know what the best part is? They want to stay. They want to stay with you for a long time. This is our manifesto. We have all of our clients make a manifesto for their own business so that people, when they come in as clients and as staff and team members, they understand exactly what you stand for. So, question is, do you have a manifesto? If you need a manifesto, if you want to see ours, if you want to know how to do one, just type below manifesto. Okay, just type manifesto below and we will get you a copy of ours so you can model exactly that. Okay, and remember, I do have a cheat sheet for you. It's a checklist, actually, how to hire the right team. So I'm going to go in this document into detail exactly what you need to do and how you need to do it. Okay, and on top of that, I do want to let you know that some of you might say, I already have a great team. I think I've got it all down. I'm not making the 5 mistakes. I know the critical factors, but I'm still not growing. Okay. And if that's your case, then just go ahead and do this. Type #call or go to the URL there on the screen, callconnie.com. Why? Because I will hop on the phone with you and we will actually have a call and look at where you are in your business, look at your hires, look at your next stage of growth, and figure out how do we take you in the next 6 months and add another 6 figures to your business. It might be multiple 6 figures if you're over 6 figures. Maybe you're really close to 7 figures. Maybe you're at 650, 750, and you would love to get to that $1 million mark by the end of the year. Well, that's what we can help you out with. All right. So all you have to do is type call Connie or #call and look in the comments down below. I know my team is putting all that down there, and we'll hop on a quick 10-minute call, figure out what is your big question, and then we can decide, hey, this is going to take a little bit longer. We'll talk a little longer. If I can answer it right in 10 minutes, I will. All right. And again, that call is going to be with me. My team will set it up for you, and then you and I will actually hop on the phone. So if you want to have a call with me, talk about your business, find the holes, find the blocks, and then give you enough ammunition to just take off, that is what that call is about. All right. So there's 6 vital questions that I want to cover for you guys today. These are the 6 questions that are really going to help you understand how do you actually do the hiring from start to finish so that you get the right people right away and they stay. That is the biggest thing, right? Okay, so I'm going to put these questions in. If you have any questions, what I want you to do is just type #call at any point, and we will hop on the phone, answer anything for you, give you the cheat sheets. I want to let you guys know, we also have over 200 resources that are 100% free, videos, checklists, trainings, all kinds of things that will guide you along the way. And that's the whole reason of this group. That's why we come here every Tuesday, 5 p.m. Pacific, to give you high-level strategies to take you to 7 figures in 1 year or less. All right. And if you haven't met me or haven't met my team, just hop on a hello call with us. We'd love to just say hi. And then we have a better understanding of exactly where you are and what kind of tools and resources you need. Okay. So what are these 6 questions? Okay. They're all, I know you guys know these, right? The who, what, where, when, why, how. This is what you have to always think about. What are these? If you can answer these 6, you're going to have no problem breezing through the hiring process. So what is the first one? Is the who. Who do you need? Okay. Now, I want to know if this is your first hire or not. If it's your first hire, type in the comments, type down below first hire, okay? Because we have some extra resources for that. But who do you need? And there's a real quick way that you figure out who you need. And it's called the time audit. And we have a form for that. If you want the audit, just type time audit, okay? And if you do this for 3 to 7 days, it will tell you exactly who you need and exactly what their job description is. And this is the fastest way we know how to do it. Maybe you think about hiring, but you're like, I don't even know what to say in the ad. Guess what? This sheet does it all for you, okay? It's called an iconic time audit. If you want the iconic time audit, ITA, then just type that down below, and this will help you identify the who, okay? So the who is the first thing you need. What's number 2? Number 2 is when do you start? When do you actually start this whole hiring process? Okay. Well, if I was not live right now, I would say right now, but as soon as I am done, okay? You might think I don't need anyone, not for another 3 or 6 months, maybe not till next year. You need to start now. Why? Because you won't have that urgency just to hire anybody right now, just because you have a hole or a vacancy. You will actually do it at the right time. You can be choosy. You can let them chase you if you don't have an urgency to fill right now. And I promise you, when you build up a good pool of people, of 8 players, it's so easy to bring them on. Okay. They are actually checking with you. I have people checking with me constantly. Hey, is it ready? Is there opening yet? Is there something I can come into? And that's the right position that you want to be. So when do you start? Yesterday. Okay. Or at 5:35 today. Okay. So start right away. And again, if you need help, like I really don't know what to put in my job description, we have so many job descriptions we can help you out with. All right. Just call Connie.com. It is a free call. I don't have anything to sell you. It is 10 minutes. And so there's no obligation for you whatsoever. Bottom line, what I'm telling you is I don't bite. Okay. So what is number 3? Or we're already on number 4. All right. And that is, did we do number 3? Oh, let me go back. Okay, where do you look? Okay, where do you look? And I gave you a hint on this, is you look where people are. You look for the best companies, and within those companies, doesn't have to be your competitor, okay? But somebody in that role, look for people who are doing that. And you might just find amazing people when you go out to dinner. You might find amazing person at the dry cleaners. You might run into somebody at an event. Look in anywhere, okay? And talk to people. Ask people, who do they know? Ask people, who do they respect? Who do they admire? And guess what? Those people are working and they have solid, steady careers. One of the things I want to caution everybody about is because of this whole thing we've been through in the last couple of years, a lot of people took a long time off and they're faking it in their job history. All right. And they're saying, oh, I was a consultant and it didn't work well or whatever. Now they're probably checking, getting checks, right? And not doing anything. So really, really check. Okay. That's where I said you really have to verify and don't do the, oh, I trust you. You really have to check that. So you've got to know where to look. And then let's go back to number 4 is how do you pick? How do you pick the right person? And this is a whole show in itself. Okay. If you can't figure out how do I distinguish who to pick, what do I say in the interview? How do I even figure out who gets to the interview? Who do I do resumes? Do I do videos? Do I do just referrals? Do referrals even matter? Okay. There's a lot behind this who do you pick part of it. And this is where you really have to slow down. Okay. Because there's many steps to this. We have a 4-step system that we use. And what it is not to qualify people and move them forward. It's to eliminate everybody. Okay. It's sort of like Marine boot camp, right? And the thing is, how long can you last? Can they go through all the steps? One of the little things that I want you guys to have ready when you're trying to pick who do I hire is have an assignment. Give them an assignment that they need to do before you ever fully bring them on. Now, you're going to pay them for that assignment, all right? But you need to give them an assignment so you can actually see what the quality of work is. Okay. And the more people within your company that you can expose them to before you hire, right? You have the ultimate veto, but they're going to be working not so much with you as the CEO, but with the rest of your team. So make sure they get enough exposure so that you can figure out how would this person actually fit in. Okay. Sort of like a trial run, but it's a lot more intensive. And there are several stages that you must take them through before anyone ever gets to that trial run phase. All right. If you want some details about that, let me know. We can sit down and talk about it on a call. It's just way too detailed to go into right here. Or go ahead and get the checklist. Okay. And in that checklist, you will get all of these details. So the free checklist, how to hire the right team every time, is going to go into the details on this. Just type #hire and you will know who they are. It's not just how they dress, right? You got to really get inside their head. And that is the key to really making sure that you get the right person. And is this making sense so far? Give me a thumbs up, right? Give me a thumbs up. Does this make sense? Okay. Is it making sense? And is it taking away any of your fear? Like, do you have any fear about this? Not sure if you should. Some people just, um, a lot of people are saying that they are a little nervous because they don't even know if they're that good. How would they be able to hire somebody or train them? I had a conversation with somebody about that last night. Like, I just don't even know if I am good enough to train them. Right. And so sometimes you might want to outsource the training. We do some outsourcing of training for people. So if you have some people, but you don't know how to actually get them up to speed, talk to us. And it might be one of the areas that we can train them for you so that you can have them ready to go. All right. So if you would love an iconic team, then let's see if we have the ability to give you the resources, or we can use our time to train them for you. Okay. So what's the next one? What's number 5? Let's look at number 5 is, what do I pay? This is the big thing, right? And sometimes people are worried that they can't afford somebody. And sometimes they're worried that if they don't pay a lot more or don't pay competitive wages, that they're going to lose out to somebody else, another bidder. Okay. Now, here's a guideline that I want you guys to understand when it comes to pay. There's a couple things that you have to look at. You obviously have to look at their experience. Okay. You do have to look at their potential, right? Some people have amazing potential. They have amazing ability to learn, but they haven't been in the right place. And then you also look at geography, depending on some of the things that you do. Certain geographies, if it doesn't matter, you can hire globally, you can get the pay really, really low. Okay. So if that would help you get a couple hires instead of just one, or maybe you find certain people in certain geographies and then other people you can pay a lot more because they have that kind of a position, that will help you out. Now, I want to talk to you about pay internally. A lot of companies, how many of you guys had this? Have you ever been in a job and it was like taboo to talk about how much you made, right? Unless you were in sales and they have the big sales boards up there and that you see how much everybody's making. I spent years and years in sales and always had that competitive nature for our teams and for our staff, because you want people to be a little competitive with what they earn, right? Well, here's how we look at this now, okay? Is that element of secrecy is going to be really detrimental to your company. Have absolute transparency when it comes to pay. People are cool with the truth, right? They're adults. Let them handle it. And what we do is we outline the roles and the positions of where it is, how much it makes. Everybody knows what everybody is making, okay? And when they want to elevate and get to another level and another level, then we define what is the criteria and what is the pay. So they can basically set their own salary by you just outlining it, okay? It makes it so much easier and so much more transparent, right? Because some people think, oh, I want that position. And then they see everything that's involved in that role. They're like, no, that's okay. I don't have to work that hard and I still get paid okay, right? So transparency is everything. If you are in that don't talk about money school, it's not going to work. It's going to come back and bite you, all right? Now, this is very contrary to how a lot of people do it. But when I go in and consult with a company, it's really important, okay? Because if you don't have that transparency, a lot of times you can get blackmailed or hijacked for more pay. And if you're not that strong, you get people to kind of pull on your, play their little violin. Oh, so-and-so got hurt and I support the whole family and I do all of this. You might fall for that, okay? Don't do it. Okay, it's going to hurt your company. You're in business to make money. That's the point of a business, okay? Not to make everybody's family okay, all right? They have to up level in order to up level their pay. Now, we have a whole bunch of training on that. If you want some of it, just let me know. We will get it to you. Just type #pay if you need help figuring out what you should pay. And we have a lot of resources on where you would look to find out what is the fair compensation for the different roles. And again, like I said, maybe you don't even know how to write that job description. We can help you with that as well. Okay. So this is really a whole area that we specialize in. In order to take your business from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less, there's 9 elements that you need to learn. Okay, that's it, right? It's not 1,000. There's 9 things that you need to do in your business to hit that 7-figure mark. Hiring right is number 7. Okay, it's the 7 of 9 things. And so we have all kinds of extensive training on that. So if you need it, let us know. Okay. If you want to know what the other 8 are, just go ahead and ask and we can show it to you. And you can see the exact model, the roadmap that you have to take. It's called the CEO formula. If you want the CEO formula, just type hashtag CEO formula and we'll send it to you. We'll show you exactly what that CEO formula looks like. What are the 9 things you have to do to go from 6 figures to 7 figures in 1 year or less? All right. So let's keep going. I want to get all of the 6 questions in before we run out of time. This is what we just talked about. What do I pay? And then we want to look at, why do they stay? How do you get them to stay? The biggest thing that is going to gut your company is high turnover. Right? Think about it. Have you ever worked in a company with high turnover? A lot of sales positions are there, like cold calling and, dialing and, a lot of low pay positions, positions where you don't have access to CEOs or to training. Training is a big thing. You guys should really look into the Container Store. The Container Store makes billions. Why? Because they have the highest training hours for every employee than any other company out there. All right. The more well-trained people are, the better they feel about what they're doing. So how do you get them to stay? You have to get them, like we talked about, enrolled in the culture. What is the culture of your company? You also have to give them enough training so they feel like they're improving. Our minds and our human nature is designed for increase, not decrease. And if people don't have a way to learn more, grow more, achieve more, they're going to go look elsewhere. All right. So that's 2 of the ways that you can help them stay. Okay. Recognition is another one. And also putting them in an entrepreneurial position, meaning let them run their own show. Stop micromanaging and overseeing everything and overcomplicating everything and having reports and numbers on all the wrong things that don't matter. All right. Treat them like each role, treat it like an entrepreneur in each role, and you will have them stay forever. Okay. Not everybody wants to be number 1. Not everybody wants to be the entrepreneur. A lot of people love to be the number 2 role, right? And just own their position. If you can get that, you have a gold mine. All right. In our company, my whole goal in our company is I want 10 people in my company who are earning $1 million a year. And so it gives people, oh, I can escalate. I can go somewhere. All right. You want to look at that for your business as well. And a lot of times you want to look at all of this that I'm talking about, not just for your business, but if you have a coaching consulting practice, and look at your clients. How are you doing this with all of your clients? All right. So we've talked about those 6 things. And let's look at the last thing is, how do I get it right? Okay. How do I hire right? All you have to do is type hashtag hire. Okay. Type hashtag hire, and 2 things are going to happen. We're going to hop on a call with you. We'll figure out where you are, what you need, and I'll give you that checklist on that call. Okay. So we can hop on a call. I'll give you the checklist. We'll go over it, figure out where you are, and tell you what step you need to focus on. It's really, really simple. All you have to do is just get on that call, right? When you book that call, 3 things are going to happen. We're going to talk and make sure you have the right products for your business and for the market right now and for your talents and your team's talents. We're going to make sure you have the right systems in place so that you actually can scale. You can't scale without systems and a strategy. And of course, what we talked about today is team. You've got to have the right team. And those are the 3 ingredients that you really have to have if you want to have your business grow to 7 figures. All right. So if you're ready for a team, let us know. And if you're ready for 7 figures, let us know as well. Put down 7 figures down below, and we'll give you everything that you need to hit that mark. We'll see you next Tuesday at 5 o'clock for Iconic TV Live. Thanks for being here, and I can't wait to talk to you this week. See you guys later.